I don't know if I could tell you when the last time I had breakfast was.
What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
I can't remember the last time I ate a breakfast.
Dude, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Probably when we drove to Los Angeles and we stopped. Oh, I got the spot for you. Cafe Los Feliz out in Los Feliz.
We don't eat until lunch?
Yeah, I usually wait until like 1 p.m. to eat every day.
What the fucking... Why is that?
It's just... I mean, I wake up. I wake up at 6:50 in the morning every day. Then I take a shower, get dressed, and go to work. I don't really have time to like cook food in the morning. I mean, I guess I could pre-prepare stuff, but I'm not really hungry.
So dude, get like a Jimmy, Jimmy Dean. Is that what his name is?
I don't need to eat more.
Breakfast is so important.
Why? Who gives a shit?
Dude, it's the most important meal of the day.
I drink coffee in the morning.
It's the most important. That's the worst thing you could do. It's I have only coffee and no food. That's the worst thing you can do.
I'll tell you what, I do the same thing every day. All right.
I
get up at 6. I get up at 6:50 in the morning. I take a shower. All right. I come out. I scroll on either X.com or TikTok for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Because I'm tired. Then I get dressed, drive to work, have all my morning meetings, and then about 45 minutes to an hour in the work, me and a couple coworkers, I'll either go make coffee in the kitchen or I'll walk to the Starbucks near my office and I'll buy a cup of Starbucks coffee. And then I'll wait until either noon or 1 p.m. And then I will drive to one of the restaurants around Tempe, Arizona and eat there. But I'm getting better at bringing my lunch. Now I think I'm bringing my lunch about half the day. So I'm trying to save some money there and eat a little bit better. But regardless, I don't think I actually ingest food until noon to 1. And then I'll come home between 5 and 6 p.m. and then eat, whatever we got going on for dinner over here or cook something for dinner. So nights like tonight, I haven't eaten dinner, but after this or later in this, I'll figure out food. So
my brother in Christ, I don't think you realize how important breakfast is until you.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say something and you're going to jump on me for it. My girlfriend's been saying the same thing to me because she has started seeing a nutritionist recently that told her to start eating breakfast. And now she's going on and on and on. I love you, but yapping my ear off about how amazing breakfast is. I don't care. There's no way. I don't believe it. It's horseshit. It's horseshit pseudoscience. Why would eating earlier in the day affect anything?
Get $10 or $15 worth of fucking Jimmy Dean, like those little breakfast sandwiches that you can just get.
Start making hard-boiled eggs and just keeping them bedside so when I wake up I can pop it in?
It's that easy. It's that easy, dude.
I don't want to wake up and cook shit. I don't want to wake up and buy more shit. I already spend too much money on food. I already eat too much. I already eat too much food.
Put it in the fucking microwave for 3 minutes.
Let me ask you this, scientifically speaking, why would eating earlier in the day help me in any capacity?
I'm not a nutritionist, but the nutritionist said that you should be doing that. So I think you should be doing that.
My girlfriend's nutritionist doesn't know shit about my body.
That is true. That is true.
Freaking alpha male I am.
You think you're so alpha that breakfast is just like you digest like body fat in the morning?
Let's dig deeper into this because let's attack mental health really quick for a moment because I think they've had it too good for too long. I think
that's crazy. That's insane. But go ahead.
Okay, let's dive deeper into this thought rabbit hole. I do believe therapy can help people, right? And I do believe that like nutritionists and like being on a schedule can help people. And I believe all this stuff can help people, right? And I've been to therapy before, like throughout parts of my life. Like I understand its purpose and it has significantly helped me. But I also do think that like if you don't give a shit, it also doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like if you don't really care and it's not affecting you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you are someone if you are someone in those thought loops of like depression and you can't get out of it, that's what therapy is there for. And you should go and get help. Same thing with a nutritionist, right? Where like, if you feel like you're doing all the right things and nothing's working, yeah, you probably should see a nutritionist and get on a schedule. But I also just think if you're one of those guys that just starts feeling like kind of depressed for a bit and just says like, well, fuck this, and starts just like acting differently, then who cares about therapy?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's clear
Same
that
thing
your
with
body.
Nutrition.
Go ahead.
Because like I've lost a ton of weight before. I know what to do. I've done it before. I've lost, I wasn't really measuring, but I've lost an incredible amount of weight before in my life and gained it back. I think I've done that about 2 times. So I know if I applied myself, I can do it. Right? The answer is simple. Like, let's truly be honest about my situation here for a moment. If I'm upset with my weight, I am a little bit. What do you think would be the more helpful thing for me to do? Stop going to Raising Cane's and Portillo's 3 to 4 days out of the week for lunch, or eating more food earlier in the day? What do you think is going to be the thing? Is it me sitting at my computer and not going to the gym any day out of the week? Just me sitting in front of the computer at work and going home and sitting in front of the computer after work? Is me doing something about that and going to the gym a few times a week? Is that going to help me out more than eating a fucking Jimmy Dean sausage sandwich at 7 a.m. in the morning? I don't think so. Well, I think I know the things I have to do to get my life in order, and I don't think eating breakfast affects it in any way.
There's 2 parts of that. One thing is, you're right. Eating more will not make you lose weight. I mean, I guess it could, but I don't think that in your situation it will. I mean, I'm saying if you wake up and you're very stressed and you don't eat, I could see how eating can make you lose weight. Fuck it, too complicated. Second,
do you think it's a stress thing?
No,
that like because I do believe that stress can, if you're like a severely stressed person, chronically stressed person, that can affect your weight.
Yeah, no, it definitely can.
Your body physically.
Yeah, it can send you both ways. So for you, okay, eating in the morning is good for brain power, and if you have a bunch of meetings in the morning,
what do you mean by brain power? I've never eaten anything and woken up. I've never felt more energy by eating anything.
What?
If anything, when I eat, I feel more tired.
So when you
it's the type of foods that I'm eating.
When you ingest food, it doesn't, and nothing kicks in.
It excites me to like scarf it down because I'm a fat ass, but like post eating, I don't feel like, I gotta go move and do shit.
So your brain doesn't work at full.
I gotta.
You need the fuel. Your brain doesn't work at full capacity unless you have the fuel to be running that shit. And if you're not,
I guess I'm just a fucking super genius.
Because that's why I'm like, what the fuck is this
crazy shit with my life on half energy?
If I don't eat in the morning, I can barely speak, my brother, which is the opposite end of your issue.
Well, yeah, you're R-worded.
I'm R-worded, yes.
Yeah, and so, I'm a freaking super genius because I can wake up and go drive my ass to work through traffic and get all this crazy shit done. Without any fucking food, and I'm great. And I'm freaking Franklin Einstein or whatever.
Yeah, you could be Franklin Einstein. I need you to understand, I don't drink coffee, so food is my coffee, right? So if I need to eat food before I actually get started with working, and then when I have my 2 p.m. crash, which is normally at like fucking 1 or noon, I know that that's my time to eat because I'm just like watching YouTube instead of working, and then I eat dinner. So when I don't eat for like 2 hours, my stomach starts to hurt. So I would die.
Well, yeah, because you're describing hunger.
I am describing hunger, but there's 2 parts of it for me where I need to eat a lot all the time. I always had a fucking too big of a stomach. I have a protein shake in the morning. I have whatever for lunch.
Bro, my gut right now. I put on any shirt, and I'm built so freaking weird. Right, I'm built pregnant.
You got the Elon Musk build?
I'm being honest with you. No, I'm not barrel chested because I'm like reverse Elon. Elon Musk has like this big freaking chest situation that kind of like goes down. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm built like a pregnant woman right now. Like, look at this. Look at my arms. Do I look like fat?
Yeah,
no. Like I look like kind of normal. And like, yeah, I got a little bit of like shit, but like, I'm fine. But my gut right now, it's like 3 times the width. It's like 2 to 3 times the width of my fucking chest. Like every t-shirt I put on just looks like I'm like 6 to 7 months in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like it's
probably
gut
the Raising
health.
Canes.
Probably eating a lot of greasy, carb heavy
I
foods.
lost weight immediately when I stopped. I lit a little bit of weight immediately when I stopped eating Raising Canes every other day. Adam, tell Zach that he should eat breakfast.
Not eating breakfast. Let's talk about not eating breakfast.
Here's my argument, right?
Go ahead.
So Ben's telling me how awful it is for me to not eat breakfast.
It's not even that. It's that he only eats breakfast and he has coffee in the morning.
I don't eat breakfast and I have coffee in the morning.
That's what I said, right?
But yeah, my girlfriend went to a nutritionist and she started feeling a lot better. And a part of what her nutritionist told her was that she should start eating breakfast. So she's been making some things for breakfast for her. I haven't eaten breakfast in months. I don't need to. I don't feel hungry until later in the day. I don't feel like I'm like missing out on it. It's not that like I wake up early in the morning, I drive to work, and then I start doing my job completely normally, and then I'll get a coffee, and then later in the day I'll eat a meal or two. And I feel like if I'm concerned about like my weight, or if I am concerned about my energy or any like habits like that, I feel like it would be the thing I should start correcting first is eating a better diet, eating not fried chicken every day or not hamburgers every day and not drinking beer 4 days out of the week and not sitting in front of my computer every day and planning out time to go to the gym. Those are the things I should focus on doing before eating more. Fuck it. Let's put that finger up too. Eating more food earlier in the day to help me feel better.
Okay, so first, I just want to say, me and Ben agree that you're just a big dum-dum. All right, so
I don't need breakfast.
Let's go into that.
Scientifically explain to me why eating earlier in the day would help me in any way.
So the first reason is calories are energy.
Whoa.
You got that? So everything your body does, it's fuel. Every single little thing in your body, all the bajillion little things, they all run off of calories, right? Or like some distant process.
They can just
calories.
take from my fat if it needs more energy.
Think about it, Adam. They can take from his fat.
So that's a medium to long term type of fuel. That doesn't just happen. Like when you're hungry and you don't eat for like a couple hours, your body's not just like, all right, let's start digging. You know,
my body does.
So you should eat, or I shouldn't even say eat in the morning. You should have calories of some kind in the morning.
Coffee.
So I think coffee literally has 0 calories. I think.
Well, mine has sugar and milk in it and all sorts of shit.
So that's better. So I used to not eat at all in the morning, because when I did, I felt kind of sick because like I was just not used to eating early in the morning, and I had like such a small appetite in the morning, yada yada yada. But once you start doing it, you kind of build up, and then it just becomes like fine. Like there's no discomfort. You do feel hungry in the morning, et cetera, et cetera. The reason you normally don't feel hungry in the morning,
thing.
Normally the reason you don't feel hungry in the morning is because your stomach shrinks overnight, especially if you pee before you go to bed. Your stomach shrinks overnight.
Notes. Pee.
Right. So this is like what competitive eaters do. They can eat so much because they're constantly practicing making their literal stomach bigger. Like a lot of the times they'll chug gallons of water. No, you've been doing the opposite.
So why am I not skinny as shit? Why am I not in peak form?
Well, when I say stomach, I mean like the organ, not like your midsection. So your stomach shrinks and expands. So if you get your stomach accustomed to being shrunk in the morning and then you try to eat a bunch of food, it's going to be shitty for you. You're going to feel kind of sick when you eat. You're going to feel really full really quick. And then going back to the thing I said earlier, you're not going to have your brain is going to be not only your brain, but everything that your brain branches out to is going to be firing slower because it doesn't have fuel. So, and to boost that argument, also eating in the morning boosts your metabolism.
You need the
I
metabolism.
feel like the amount of food I eat in the day should carry over. I don't feel like eating my food earlier in the day. I don't feel like I have a lack of energy in the morning. I mean, like, I'm tired for the first 30 minutes of waking up, maybe.
I think the biggest
But-
benefit of eating right when you wake up is mainly like the mental.
It also just doesn't, I don't have the time for it either.
So this is what I do, because I could not be fucked to wake up, be half asleep, and then go cook food or whatever. I just put protein powder in my coffee. It's really that easy. Couple 100 calories, protein, coffee.
That's still
bada bing, bada
eating
boo.
coffee.
What's the problem?
How is it food?
Protein powder?
Would you just eating pure protein?
You put protein powder in the coffee and then mix
Right.
it. What do you mean?
How does that make it food?
What do you think food is?
A solid object you chew.
Okay, so it's not food.
I wouldn't consider a milkshake
It's not food if you don't chew it.
No, it's
So-
liquid still.
So if I put a steak and water in a blender and
If I
make liquid
snort
steak,
1,000
it's now
pounds of
not
cocaine,
food.
did I eat dinner?
Cocaine isn't food, though.
Well, how? It's the powder. Who
If you-
eats powdered food?
Okay.
If you snort,
The
if he
powder-
snorts, if he snorts protein powder, then at that point is he eating food?
The powder doesn't make it or not make it food. It's what like the actual thing comes from, right? So protein powder is food, and it's actually super, super condensed food.
I also don't understand everyone's obsession with protein right now. I get that you should be eating protein. Trust me. Funny enough, I was majoring in biology for a significant period of time. I'm aware of how good protein is, but I feel like, again, there's another psychological thing where like everyone feels like adding additional protein to the shit that they've already been eating that's unhealthy for them all of a sudden makes it like a healthier thing for them.
You
to
just screamed Ben's name, by the way. Protein's good for a lot of reasons.
My family does the same thing too. I have a lot of people around me do the same thing where they're like, "Oh, I'm trying to eat more protein. I'm trying to eat more protein," and it's the same shit they would otherwise be eating, but they're choosing to add like additional protein shit in it, and it's like, well, it's still fucking bad for you.
Yeah. Normally, well, I guess really depends on the context. If you're trying to become healthier and lose weight and maybe build muscle or something like that, protein's good as a replacement for other stuff. If you're just eating like shit and then throwing protein on it, that's debatably worse because it's just more calories on top of the shit.
Do you know who my favorite health influencer is and who I model my game after?
Sean
MKBHD.
O'Day.
Okay.
Well, no, I drive as fast as him, but I don't. I just wanted to know that you knew I got the reference. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, Ben does the thing you were talking about earlier.
Wait, but he didn't let him say his
Well,
fitness influencer.
I can't, but I can't let us walk over that. Exactly what Zach described. Ben does that every.
But the thing is, it's not just Ben. I don't want to call out names. I know several people in my life that do that shit. And here's the thing. I did the keto diet.
I don't eat bad.
I did it right.
Wait,
I lost a ton of weight. But I know a lot of people around me that also tried to do the keto diet, but they'd still eat thousands of fucking calories a day because they were eating just tons of meat and it blows my mind. I feel like 80 to 90% of the work you could possibly do in your body is moving, burning calories, and then eating just clean food at a lesser calorie count. That's 80 to 90% of it. And all this other horse shit people try to do is the fucking 10. Everyone's trying to focus on that 10%. Right?
It really depends on the context. Like supplementing protein, it really depends on the context based on like the person's goals. But yeah, generally people think protein is like I don't fucking know, like a magic pill Like you can just be shitty, have
It's the
more
new
protein.
health craze.
Yeah.
Well, again, I mentioned this earlier before. I've lost tons of weight in my life. I've gained tons of weight in my life. I've put on a decent bit of muscle in my life. I know how to do these things. It's to me personally all about how much I'm willing to get off my ass and move my body and eat the right things over the course of a long period of time, and nothing to do with like, oh, should I put a little bit more protein powder in this? Oh, maybe if I started eating in the mornings before my meetings, maybe then some of my problems will be fixed. No, I think it's sitting in front of my fucking computer for 9 hours a day and going to Raising Cane's for lunch.
If your main issue is losing weight or becoming more fit or whatever, I don't think that eating in the morning is
I think
going
it's
to
the mental thing too. I think it also has a lot that everything I just mentioned, I feel like also has a big impact on your mental health and clarity and energy.
So
do you really think that me eating, if I did the exact same thing I was doing right now, but I had a granola bar and a banana in the morning,
I think
that my life would
better.
significantly improve?
I think your mornings you would feel better.
Let's try. Okay,
least.
let's try this. Starting on Monday, because I'd have to go to the store and I have plans tomorrow. Starting on Monday to the next time we record this, I will make a commitment. I will eat some kind of decent breakfast every single day from this upcoming Monday until the next time we record the episode, and I will report back with genuine thoughts.
So, I do.
That's the most bullshit cop-out way I got to put that too. I will report back with genuine thoughts. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think you would see a significant difference. I think you'd probably see a difference.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would feel better in the morning, but I feel like that's about as much as you're going to get.
Well, yeah. So
wouldn't that be enough to prove your point? If I did that for 2 weeks,
for
2 to 3 weeks,
sure.
And then I came back and I was like, oh yeah, I feel better. Yeah.
It's not about like doing like one or two big things. It's often about doing like a bunch of small things to make yourself feel better.